Hi guys, Ren here. Welcome to the workshop. Today is going to be a bit of an unusual build because instead of going all out aero and efficiency, we're going to build a super light climbing bike. And the base of that will be this S-Works Aethos frame. That's all underneath this wrapper. So let's undo that and have a look at the frame itself. Okay, so here we have the frame unwrapped. This is the lightest colorway there is available, so it's all bare carbon. And actually what I was quite surprised by is that even the logos, they're just stickers. Well, all of the graphics are just stickers, decals. So if you're a real weight winner, you can even remove those to save those last 2-3 grams. Ironically, the only thing that's painted on is the UCI logo, which is a bit funny for a bike that's supposed to raise the middle finger to the UCI. But yeah, that's how it looks like. I really like this subdued paint job. If it was mine, I would probably remove the logos as well. But yeah, this is the frame that we're going to use. It's a 5'6" size 56. Let's weigh that in. Now remember, this is with the drill hanger, protective foil, etc. So not the bare frame weight, but almost. Coming in at 628 grams, which is a bit heavier than they claim. They say it's 585, but honestly I can't really see that happening if this bare frame weighs this much. Anyway, the goal with this build for the owner is to go below the weight of the Founders Edition, which as a complete bike weighs in 5.9 kilos. And we have some pretty trick parts to achieve that, so I'm really positive that will be way under that limit. So yeah, that's the frame. Now let's have a look at the other components. Okay, so I already showed you the frame and its details. Now we're going to go through the components and all the specs. So here are the things that actually come with the frame. So as I said earlier, all of the decals on there are, well, they're just decals, they're not painted on. So you can remove them if you're an absolute weight weenie. And the good news is that if you change your mind, there's another set in the box. Then we have a rubber plug battery holder, which you don't get with the standard Aethos, only with the S-Works. It's handy because then you don't need to be creative about placing the battery. You get the same headset, the same lightened through axles, which are 5 grams lighter each than you get with a Venge or a Sheave or those kind of bikes. Rubber plugs. You also get, again, the lightened version of the expander plug. You get the seat post collar, here with the titanium bolt instead of a steel one. And you also get the Aethos specific front brake adapter. One more thing that I just realized after finishing up with the frame details is that basically the biggest difference, or perhaps the only difference, I can't really tell you that, between the regular Aethos and the S-Works is that this one is lighter because it lacks the support for mechanical group sets. So on the normal version you have this little window where you can place cable stops. It's not there anymore.
Kerestem Venge-et. Kivágod.
And same thing goes for the bottom bracket. No cable stop here, just a little drain hole, and also no cable stop at the rear chainstay. So yeah, this makes the frame lighter. We measured this one at 626 grams. The regular one that I had was 690, so apart from the different layup, this could probably be around 20-30 grams of difference between the two, so it's not really that much in the layup itself. And that makes the regular Aethos extremely good value because it's a ridiculously light frame still. And it's compatible with mechanical group set, so theoretically if you use a SRAM Red 22 group set, which is the lightest there ever was, then perhaps you can make one that's lighter than this. But that's just me theoretizing. Anyway, the group set we'll use on this bike will be Dura-Ace Di2 with a few exceptions. So we have the levers, the brakes, and the two derailleurs over here. Then we have a ceramic speed UFO coated chain. We have a ceramic speed bottom bracket. We're also going to need to change the free hub for a Shimano one on the wheels, which I'm going to show you in a minute. The cassette is a standard Dura-Ace cassette. We can go lighter on this one using a Rotor Uno cassette or a SRAM Red cassette, maybe later on. For now we have this one. For the cranks, whoa, that could have been expensive. For the cranks, we're going to use a Quark Red. The reason for this is that because of the integrated chainrings and the dub spindle and light crank arms, this is a ridiculously light crankset, while it still has a power meter on it, a very reliable power meter, and also it's not extremely expensive like a THM clavicular or something like that. And then we have the Rowell Alpinist one-piece cockpit, which is integrated with the stem, and it weighs the same as a normal handlebar by itself, so that's quite remarkable. Then we have the Rowell Alpinist seat post. This comes with the frame. Now there are lighter seat posts on the market, but this is pretty light in itself, although if you want to go full weight Vinny, you can probably save a couple of grams here. Not with the bottle cages though. These are the ridiculous 8 gram Carbon Works cages, so that's pretty much maxed out. And then we have the fork, and I tried to pick out the differences between this one and the fork that comes with the regular Aethos, and honestly I couldn't. This one is a bit special in a way that it's completely unpainted, unlike that one, but other than that appears to be exactly the same. Then for the wheels, these are a little bit special as well. So these are NVCX tubulars, normally reserved for cyclocross, but this is pretty much the lightest disc brake specific wheel set you can get. It also has a slight aero profile. It's 32 millimeters in depth, and it's good for climbing because unlike road wheels, which tend to have 24 spokes, this one has 28, so it's a lot stiffer. It runs on carbon TI hubs with ceramic speed bearings in there. As I said, we need to change the free hub from XDR to Shimano to make it compatible, and there are also no decals on there, which saves a little bit of weight. We're going to replace these rubber bands with some proper stickers to keep the valve from rattling. That's a minor detail on there. And the very cool thing about the wheels are the rotors. These are from Carbon TI, like the hubs, and they're basically half the weight of Dura-Ace rotors and 4 times the price. But yeah, you get what you paid for here regarding weight savings. They have a they have a carbon fiber carrier and a floating design, so yeah, should work great, and they certainly look great. The only problem I have with these is they only come in the 6-bolt variant, so if you want to use them on many other wheels or hubs than this, then you need the adapter, which is not very light or straightforward to use. So yeah, but for this,
So you are losing the benefit of the
yeah, most
light.
of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but hopefully they will make it in center lock soon as well. Okay, I think that is everything we have for now. Let's start with the build itself.
Let's go.
Okay, the Aethos is now fully built up, and yeah, it's actually quite stunning now in the flesh. Remember, the goal with this build was to get under the weight of the Founders Edition, which we have successfully achieved. The weight is coming in at 5.78 kilos, so it's extremely light for any bike, let alone a properly usable disc brake bike. So yeah, that's technological progress, if anything else. Now, just a quick rundown through the components for a recap. So we have MVCX tubulars, carbon TI hubs, carbon TI rotors, Dura-Ace Di2 group set, Rowell Alpinist cockpit, Lizard Skins bar tape, the S-Works Aethos frame in size 56, and the naked carbon finish, just with a couple of stickers. We have also the Alpinist seat post, we have a Romin Evo saddle, Quark red crank, ceramics with oversized pulley wheel system, and Carbon Works bottle gauges, which are super light. So that's pretty much it. The build itself was relatively simple, apart from internally routing all the wires for the handlebar. Now, I took my time with this because it's the only way to achieve a clean cockpit like this one. Now, this being a lightweight bar, not an aero bar, it doesn't have entry holes at the levers, so you have to be a little bit creative with the cabling to hide everything, but I've managed to do that. I've also perfected my signature Di2 end cap, so no bulges here. I managed to pull that off quite neatly, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, the rest of the build was quite straightforward actually. About the performance of this bike, now remember, the Aethos is not for racing. It's all about ride quality, so lightweight, stiffness, responsiveness, all of those things. So essentially it attracts, I would say, the same demographic as the Fast Cut that I've shown you earlier. And yeah, anyway, my money would be on this one, of course, because it's much more high tech. So yeah, so this was the Aethos build. I hope you have enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one.